Hello, it's Jane here and welcome to an easy flow yoga. So eyes closed or open, get yourself nice and comfortable. Maybe your legs are crossed or out straight. And if your eyes are open, just focus on a single point of attention. And then just start to settle in. Just notice your inhales, notice your exhales. Feel each inhale lift and expand your body, and each exhale soften and relax your body. As you next inhale, float the arms over the head. As you exhale, bring the palms into your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more times like that. Now Frankie has come to join in, and I was thinking about taking him away, but I want you to see the visual of Frankie here, like your mind all over the place. So when you're ready, just put your right hand on the ground and tip over your left. And then just move around until it feels comfortable. Maybe put the hand behind the head and then just swap sides. So when I teach mindfulness to children, we talk about mindfulness like puppy training and how your mind is all over the place. So taking your right hand behind the back, left hand to your right knee. And that's what our minds are like. They're all over the place, just like Frankie. And we need a little practice to keep things still. So let's swap sides for the twist now. And then just allow any distractions, first of all, to be noticed, and then just continue in your one single train of attention, which is to lean back onto the hands, maybe relax the head and neck, maybe to stay there, or maybe to lift the hips up, and then eventually find your way to hands and knees, tabletop pose. As you inhale, let your belly soften into a cow pose. As you exhale, round in the back into a cat, and a few more of those. And that the more you concentrate on one thing, the more you are training your mind just to stay focused. And those thoughts lose interest, just like Frankie. So stay in your hands and knees pose, or tuck the toes, lift the hips up for a downward dog. And if you're in downward dog, walk in the dog. Or maybe inhale to tiptoes, exhale, lower the heels. And then we'll all make our way to a plank pose with hands and feet down, or with the knees down. And then the right knee comes down, left foot to the back, lifting that left hand for a side plank. And then we'll go over to the other side. So left knee comes down, right arm lifts, right hand at the back of the mat for support. And as you exhale, back to your plank pose for a moment, or hands and knees pose. And then we'll all lower knees, belly, chest and chin down. Hands under the shoulders, baby cobra, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A couple more. Maybe those thoughts are still distracting you. But just try and stay focused on the movement of your body. As you inhale up to all fours. And exhale into child's pose. And I'm going to take him away now. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale up to all fours. And then a few more cat-cows. And then you can stay with your cat-cows, or another tuck the toes. Lift the hips up for a downward dog. Another walk of the dog, or inhale to tiptoes, exhale lower. Relax the head. And then eventually we'll all meet in a ragdoll, a simple forward fold with the knees nice and soft, the upper body loose and floppy, the head hanging nice and easy like a ragdoll. Maybe a gentle nod of the head, yes. Shake of the head, no. And if you feel dizzy, bring the head level with the heart by resting the hands on the thighs. As you inhale, sweep the arms over the head as you rise up, and exhale as you lower down. Inhale lifts you all the way up. The exhale takes you all the way down. Let's do one more big inhale. And low, soft exhale. So a twist here, keep the right hand on the ground or on the thigh, lift the left arm up. Relax the head. Maybe take that left hand behind the back for an even greater twist. And then back to the center. Lift the right arm up, hand on the floor or resting on the thighs. Maybe wrapping that right hand and reaching towards the opposite hip as you soften back to ragdoll. Inhale, slowly rise. Bring the arms up alongside the ears. And then sit back as if you're sitting into a chair. So the weight shifts into the heels. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, lowers. And again. Knees in the same direction as the toes as you lift up and down. We'll stay here, gazing forward. This time as you inhale, bring the palms together. And as you exhale, take the left elbow towards the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift. Twist in the opposite direction now. Twisting chair. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, take the hands behind the back, lift the chin and chest, stay here. Or exhale, lower, take the arms over the head, stay here. Or inhale, come to a halfway lift, and we'll all meet us. We exhale, back to a ragdoll. And then anything you like here, maybe a downward dog, maybe coming back to hands and knees for a few rounds of cat-cow. If you're in downward dog, we're going to tuck the chin into the chest and then we're going to roll forward into a plank pose. And then we'll do a couple of those. So we're going to inhale, come back to our downward dog. Exhale, back to a plank pose. Let's do one more for luck. And then we'll all meet in a plank pose. Maybe keep the knees down or just on the hands and the feet. And then we'll slowly lower down onto the belly. Interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, stay with that. Or inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Exhale, lower. One more. Palms on the floor, just beside the shoulders. Inhale, table. Exhale, child's pose. Rest here for a few deep breaths. Inhale up to all fours. Stay in hands and knees pose for a little while if you prefer. Or you could tuck the toes and come into a downward dog. Your choice, Yogi's choice. I'll show you a couple of ways to get to our next transition. If you're in downward dog, maybe on an inhale, float your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up a little. And then we'll just swap sides and just open those legs. And then option one, as you inhale, slowly walk the feet towards the hands and we'll meet in that ragdoll. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And step that left foot behind you, hands either side of your right foot or on the thigh. Option two, if you're in downward dog, inhale, float the right leg up again, and then bring the right foot towards the right hand, lower the left knee. So we should all be somewhere in the same position, just rolling back and forth, having a little explore. And then maybe we'll stay with that one, or we'll stack the right knee over the ankle. Inhale, lift the hands, gaze forward. Exhale, twist, left hand on the outside of the right knee, right hand behind the back. Take the left hand to the ground, right hand lifts. You could stay there. Or tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, lower down. Runner's stretch now, a few options. So maybe it might be nice to come to back where we started, just having an explore. Or we could sit back on the heels. Or we could just have a little rock back and forth. Just find somewhere where you get a nice easing of the back of the right leg without strain. And then we'll take the hands over to the left side And we'll bring the knees together back to our child's pose. Then inhale, either up to all fours, tiptoe to your ragdoll, or downward dog. So you could inhale, lift the left leg, open the hip, bring the left foot to the left hand, lower the right leg. Have a little explore. The option 2 is where we are in our ragdoll pose. And then we inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, lower the hands, step the right foot behind us, lower the right knee. And then we should all be in the same position, this low lunge, exploring our hands on the floor or on the thighs. And then we'll stay with this one. Or inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, twist. So we'll take the right hand on the outside of the left knee, left hand on the low back. Inhale, bring the gaze forward. Exhale, right hand finds the floor, left arm lifts. Perhaps we'll tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. And then we'll lower the knee down, lower the hands, back to runner's stretch. Those options, sitting back on the heels, rocking back and forth, or coming to that opening position of exploration. Your choice. And then eventually we'll just take the hands over to the right side. Let that left knee soften back. And take a breather in child's pose. A few breaths here. Inhale up to all fours, tuck the toes. Now a few options for our next pose transition. So you can either make your way to our ragdoll. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Step the left foot behind you, feet hip width apart. On the ball of the back foot, right knee stacked over the ankle. And we'll just take a few rocks up and down in our high lunge. Or inhale from downward dog, right leg lifts up. Right foot to right hand, feet hip width apart on the ball of the back foot. Right leg stacked over the ankle, and we'll meet there. So 2 ways to get to a high lunge, bobbing up and down. At the top next time, we'll take the back foot to the floor for a warrior 2. Right knees and toes pointing forward, arms in a long line. Just check that we're nice and comfortable. Then inhale, lifts the arms and the legs. Exhale, lowers. Take a few rounds of these. And then when you're ready, we shall flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, and exhale into extended side angle. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, left arm reaches over. One more of these. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. And then back to our warrior 2 for a breather. Then we're going to windmill the hands down and walk the hands and the toes to the left side of the mat. Hands on the thighs for a halfway lift, or maybe your hands touch the ground. Keep the knees soft and we'll sway over to one side and then the other with these side lunges. And then maybe a windmill. So right hand on the floor, left hand lifts, or you could take the right hand to the right thigh. Just choose which option feels nice for you. You can stay with that one. Or back to that halfway lift, take the arms behind the back, stay there. Or let the head soften down to the ground. Stay in this one. Few options. Eventually, we'll walk the hands and the toes back to face the front of the mat. And we'll either step forward to our ragdoll or step back to your downward dog. If you're taking a one-legged dog or three-legged dog, we're going to come to our transition to high lunge by stepping the left foot forward. Or if you're in ragdoll, inhale, arms up, hands to the heart center, step the right foot behind you, come to your high lunge this way. So we should all be together now. Inhale, arms and legs lift a little. Exhale, soften. Just getting those legs movable. At the top, we'll take the back foot towards the mat. Warrior 2 on the left side. Left knees and toes pointing forward. Gaze into the middle finger of the left hand. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And a couple more. And then flip that left palm and we'll reverse the warrior. So inhale, left arm lifts up, right hand back. Exhale and reverse warrior. And we'll take a couple more of those. we'll do that. Return to warrior 2 for a moment, and then we'll windmill the hands and the feet down. Find that wide-legged forward fold. Apologies for the back view, but we're just over to the other side. So we'll start with those little side lunges and then the windmill twists, or you can stay with the side lunges. And then we'll move, if you'd like to interlacing the hands behind the back, or just taking the hands onto the thighs, nice flat back, or exhaling, lowering the head, letting the arms come over the head. And then we'll slowly walk the hands and the toes back to face the front of the mat. And we'll all either step back to a downward dog or a plank pose with the knees down. You can choose. If you're in downward dog, tuck the chin into the chest and roll to a plank pose. And then a side plank on the right hand, so you could take the right knee down if you'd like to, or come into that side plank. Exhale, plank pose, and over to the other side. And then plank pose, knees, belly, chest and chin lower down to the ground. Now you could choose baby cobra, hands on the ground, or interlace the hands behind the back. Yogi's choice. 3 rounds, wherever you'd like to go. And then inhale up to all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Now as you inhale up to all fours, stay there with a few cat-cows or tuck the toes, downward dog. And then eventually we'll meet up in ragdoll pose, however you'd like to get there. Balance in sequence now. Inhale, come all the way up, bring the arms alongside the ears, and then lower the arms to shoulder height, palms facing in. Come to stand on the right foot, maybe leave that left tiptoe down or bring the left knee level with the hip. Toes pointing down, stay there, or reach behind for the left foot for a dancer's pose. Bring the knees together and soften the right knee a little. Press the back foot into the hand, reach the heart forward. Come into a dancer's pose. And then we're going to transition into a nice squeeze. Bring that left knee into the chest. And then we'll lower both feet to the ground, hands by the side. Inhale. When you're ready, and bring those arms back over the head. Exhale, lower the palms again to face in, shoulder height arms. And we're going to come onto the left foot, lift the right knee this time. Knee no higher than hip height, toes pointing down. This is flamingo pose. Stay there, or reach behind for that right foot for dancer's pose. Press the foot into the hand. And then just let the heart reach forward, gazing forward. And then eventually we'll bring the big toes together, hands by the sides. Or we'll give that right knee a squeeze if you'd like to. And mountain pose, some nice easy breath. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, we'll step back to table pose or downward dog. And then eventually we'll meet in a plank pose, so the knees can be down, and we'll take our last side plank on the right hand, right knee can be down, or you could lift the top leg if you'd like to for variation. Exhale, plank pose, and over to the other side. And then plank pose, knees, belly, chest and chin. So 3 options this time as you lower down. Maybe baby cobra, maybe interlace the hands behind the back, or maybe bend the knees, reach behind for the feet, bow pose. Just let the inhale lift. You don't have to go very far at first. Exhale, lower. The body knows now what it's doing, so let the inhale do the work. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, lowers. And one last time. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Inhale, table pose. Exhale, child's pose. Rest here. And then when you're ready, find your way to a comfortable seated position. Our relaxation is a little bit different this week. So just get yourself comfortable, legs crossed or outstretched. Here I have a rose and I have a candle. We're going to inhale as though we're smelling the fragrance of a beautiful flower. Exhale as though you're trying to make the candle dance but not blow it out. So we'll do a few of those. Inhale that beautiful fragrance. Exhale that nice control breath, making the candle dance. And then let's do a few more of those. And now, just let go of any control of your breath. Your eyes may be closed or your gaze softened to the ground. Follow your inhale. Follow your exhale. See if you can notice those tiny little pauses between in-breath and out-breath. And for the remainder of this session, see if you can focus your attention on those pauses, those stillness, those magical moments of peace. When you're ready, big inhale, reach the arms over the head, palms meet. Exhale, palms into the heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose and a nice releasing exhale like a sigh through the mouth. A few more of those. Thank you for spending time with me, and it's a bye from me. It's a bye from Frankie, and it's a bye from Bud. See you again soon.